They did not come for glory, not for medals, and not for land. They came for truth and for memory. The Sheikh Mansur Battalion is not just a military unit. It is a story of exile and resistance, a story of a people who know too well what Russian occupation means. Sheikh Mansur was a national hero of Chechnya, a spiritual leader who, back in the 18th century, led the peoples of the Caucasus against the Russian Empire. His name became a symbol of defiance. That is why Chechen fighters chose it for their battalion. After 2 brutal wars, many Chechen veterans lost their homeland, but not their dignity. Ukraine became their second home. And when Russia brought war to Donbass in 2014, they recognized the familiar pattern: lies, little green men, destroyed cities, torture chambers, people who never came back. They could not stand aside. Thus, the Sheikh Mansur Battalion was formed, a volunteer unit of Chechens, veterans of the Caucasian Wars, Muslims and Christians, young and old, united by one truth: Russia always wages war the same way. During the anti-terrorist operation, the battalion fought in the hottest sectors: Pispy, Marinka, Shirokine, the outskirts of Donetsk, places where it is hardest, where fear is constant, where holding the line matters more than survival. For them, this war was never foreign. It was a continuation of their own struggle for Chechnya, for Ukraine, for the right of nations to live without imperial rule. During the Joint Forces operation, the battalion remained. It adapted, integrated into Ukraine's defense structures, and continued its missions. Less media attention, fewer loud words, more dangerous silent work. Then came February 24th, 2022. Russia's full-scale invasion was not a shock for the fighters of the Sheikh Mansur Battalion. It was confirmation. They had warned about this, and when missiles struck Ukrainian cities, they stood up once again. Kiev region, Kharkiv region, the south, the east. They fight where Ukraine holds the line with everything it has. They do not fight out of hatred. They fight out of memory. They remember Grozny, wiped off the map. They remember filtration camps. They remember children under the rebel. That is why they understand Ukrainians so deeply. Today, the Sheikh Mansur Battalion is a symbol of international solidarity in the fight for freedom, a reminder that empires can be resisted, proof that those who have suffered can recognize pain in others and choose to stand with them. They fight for Ukraine, but every battle is also a battle for a free Chechnya yet to come. And as long as they stand shoulder to shoulder with Ukrainian soldiers, as long as their prayers and commands are heard, the story of resistance continues.